Mic check 1, 2, and 3. It's the room, fill up the name. It's Law Nation. You guys know I couldn't be away from you all for too long. It's too long. So hey, Law Nation is back, baby, by popular demands. One way or another. Let's go. Come on. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about sitting at the house about to watch the Pro Bowl party, huh? Come on. Cowboys hire Brian Schottenheimer as OC. Plus, everything is on Dak Prescott and more. More and more. More and more. Come on. More and more. Come on. Who rolling? Mama said there'll be days just like this. Life like this, I wish raindrops would fall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. What's good? Shout out to all, man. I didn't know that I was poking the bear over here, but I did. I did. I was poking the bear, dealing with Cowboy Nation and y'all feelings. You know, I didn't know that y'all would be like that, but that's okay, man. That's what I do. I'm a type of dude that will point out some things and make y'all mad a little bit, but it's all good. It's good vitamin, man. And they ain't talking about water. It's just good vitamin altogether. I poked enough of, I guess, bears over there so that even the Eagles fan chimed in onto our conversation from earlier today. And I had the giggles. I laughed all day today. And it was through the, I guess, through the pains of Cowboy Nation, comparing a Hall of Fame quarterback to Dak Prescott. It was just so hilarious, man. It was hilarious, and the truth is the truth. And can somebody tell me when the new era of football began? I need to know so that we can all start our analysis and our standards and our stats when that new era started. Because from here, everybody was saying, hey, Law, that's a whole different era, man. You can't be comparing Frank Tarkenton, to Dak Prescott. You can't be comparing Roger Staubach to Dak. You can't be comparing John Elway, Dan Marino, Warren Moon, but everybody else can. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when the Cowboy Law Nation do it. So y'all let me know when the new era started so that we can start bring forth that type of information and ideology to the table, right? But, it's just what it is. Shout out to all who want to fight. 2010 or later, why would that be, Matthew? According to who? We can't just pick an era. You can't just pick a year and say, okay, that's when the new era started. Because the rules still been the same. The only time the NFL changed said rule was in 2000 and I believe 1/2. So we can all argue that the new era started in 01-02 when it was illegal beyond 5 yards to redirect the wide receiver, right? That opened up more and more opportunities for offenses to triculate down the field and to be more weaponized with the threat of the wide receiver. And wide receivers became an all-time high. But that will be the only thing. I just can't pick a year and say, okay, I feel like it's 2010, right? If it's a year, you got to start bringing forth the things that change, right? Just like basketball, we can argue that the era is different when they change the defensive formations, right? When it's illegal to do certain things on the court. But That's just what it is. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I like to roughen the feathers before we get into this. And let me see if I can roughen the feathers one more time, only because I love y'all. Only because I love y'all. All right, so this was the argument right here, or, simple contrast right here. And the comparisons of one Hall of Famer to a guy that's considered ass, trash, garbage, or, the latter. So when we start looking at these things, these are the first 7 years. So what I had to do is the first 97 games, because it would be unfair for me to put 7 years and it's not enough data to, to compel or compose the data or what have you. But as reference, when you always do your work, and as an analyst by trade, I always show my references. So we use stathead.com basically, and they came up with these numbers. I had a lot of people who's not analytical who try to challenge me with this, and they say, well, all those are made up stats. Well, according to stathead.com, as you guys can all see here on this capture here, we can all look at it, and you can clearly see from another resources that these are the actual games. There's nothing triculated or faked or what have you in there. And I just put it on a different overlay far as graphics per se. But you guys can clearly see that the playoff time for your mind, both parties had 6 games of playoffs. Both were 2-4. Far as the completion percentage, Peyton Manning 56.3, Dak Prescott 63.4. And if you guys can squint your eyes, you can clearly see that the numbers are the numbers. And this is not me trying to stat gauge or what have you, but this is what it is. This is how analytics and data is computed, by the way. So you can't really fabricate numbers. They are what they are. Nevertheless, you can insert feelings, and you can say, well, Law, Peyton Manning, let's look at the eye test. Well, the eye test shows me 110 INTs juxtaposed to 65. That's a difference of the worlds right here. And that is a whole lot different there. And when you start talking about eye tests and things like that, I can take it that way. Peyton Manning is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. He is. He's head and shoulders better than Dak Prescott. If I had a choice to pick between Peyton Manning and Dak Prescott, of course, knowing the future for what it is now, I'm going to lean on Peyton Manning. I am. I'm not finna sit here and say that, hey, man, Dak is better. But what I said in my post over here, what people are lacking the rudiments of fundamentals of reading. I never said one was better or one was less. But let me go right here. Boom. Let me pull this up. I said right here in my title right here, it says Cowboys Dak Prescott and Colts Peyton Manning, right? Numbers are nearly identical. However, it's cool when Peyton Manning did it. You know what I'm saying? It was cool when he did it. Where do you guys see that I said better? Right? Where did I say that, hey, one throws the ball better? But the evidence is sitting there right on the table for you guys to say right here. And let me pull it up. If you go to stathead.com, and you can put in your own stat line for your mind. But here's where this is why I'm undefeated with this debate. And this is why no one on this plane, on this dimension, on this galaxy, or in this universe or the next can defeat the truth. Let me ask y'all this. In the last 7 years, wide receiver wise, who is better? Marvin Harris, Amari Cooper. Marvin Harris, CeeDee Lamb. Marvin Harris, you see where I'm going? Dez Bryant. Marvin Harris, and especially when we look at it and contextualize it that he had a Marvin Harris his entire 7th season. It wasn't no up and down. Oh, let me just say this. Reggie Wayne. Noah Brown, who's better? Reggie Wayne. Michael Gallup, who's better? Reggie Wayne, Terrence Williams. I can do this for hours and hours. Who's better? So you got a better quarterback, but also with better wide receivers. Let me know. I think that we can look at the pathway now and say, yeah, CeeDee Lamb. If everything works his way out with CeeDee Lamb, maybe, just maybe, he can be to the likes of Reggie Wayne. Maybe he can get there in these next few years. But there's nobody on this dimension, on this plane, that can out-debate me that Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne are trash and sus and terrible. And we can go toe for toe far as Adrian James versus Ezekiel Elliott. And especially those numbers of Edge and what he was able to do. Baby, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They had Adrian James, Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, Dallas Clark. I don't think that my guy, Dalton Schultz, can even tie the shoelaces of Dallas Clark right now. You know, so I can't make this stuff up, but the Mandela effect is affecting everybody. And all y'all was saying throughout all of y'all conversations and looking like a fool when y'all try to debate the legend over here is that y'all was saying Orly, Peyton Manning. It's foolish for y'all to think only Peyton Manning, for y'all to only watch only a spoonful of Peyton Manning's games, to not see those boys that I just called out. And we're not even finna go toe for toe who's better at coaching, Tony Dungy or Jason Garrett. Let me put that on the line. Who would you rather coach if you had a gun to your head or chest, to your neck, and you had a chance to pick a coach, Tony Dungy or Jason Garrett? Let me know who you gonna go get with. You gonna say, you know what, Jason Garrett, man, we love you, man, but man, look, man, I got Tony Dungy over here, man. I ain't finna die tonight, you know. Come on, man. But y'all making it by all in one isolation. Dak Prescott versus a Peyton Manning. Now, Peyton Manning did have Jim Mora for those first 3 years. And I'm with the belief that Jim Mora was probably better than Jason Garrett. That's the craziest thing of it all, ladies and gentlemen. Dallas Clark ran a 4.440. Dalton Schultz 4.70. Yeah, iceberg. You know, so I get it. But what I'm saying is that when in the first 7 years, out of 97 games, these numbers, without a shred of biasness, you know what I'm saying? Because now you're looking at it like, okay, can you be biased or can you be unbiased? The numbers are the facts. This is what we are able to tangibly see. But all of a sudden, when you start saying, well, it used to be, well, what the playoff numbers are. Well, both of them 2 and 4. Both of them underperform. But it is what it is. But I would tell you guys, moving a little bit further into this conversation, I just wanted to pull that out. Tony Dungy should have been credited for the Tampa Bay's first touchdown. I see what you said. Super Bowl. And that was a catch against the Chiefs. Okay. Oh, who's that? What's that emblem there? That year we would have went to the Super Bowl then. Oh, you talking about Green Bay? Yeah. Let the playmaker do their jobs. Yes, I agree. Right. Be careful, all these facts will be called excuses tomorrow. Yeah. Well, I bet. What were Peyton Manning's excuses? He had a better coach. There's no debate on that. He had better coaching. He had better wide receivers. And his offensive line, they were not playing musical chairs. His offensive line was all pro and Pro Bowl. And they had some people on defense. Dwight Freeney was no one to sneeze at. He was equivalent to our guy, D-Ware. Freeney was a dog, man, but people discount Freeney, and they discount the other big boy that was down inside, McFarland and all of those guys. You know, some of y'all don't watch football, and y'all don't know that Tony Dungy is more on the defensive side of the thing, Bob Sanders and all of those boys. But I get it, right? The Mandela effect would have you to believe that Reggie Wayne, he was working at Walmart, and Marvin Harrison, yeah, he was working at Rite Aid, you know. And they was like, hey, man, y'all want to play some football? Y'all come on. And Marshall Faulk, when he was there his rookie year, he was just a horrid running back. And then when they got Edgerrin James, oh, man, Edge who? You know, he ain't nobody. Edgerrin James trash, according to y'all. According to y'all. It's crazy. Nevertheless, let's talk about Brian Schottenheimer, because we're going to get to the meat and the potatoes of this, and I know it's late, so I know you guys, and you know, I'm sarcastically speaking, though, by the way. I don't want y'all to try to shank me with the butter knife. Hey, man, Law said Edgerrin James was trash, man. They gave him that gold jacket by mistake, you know. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. If we had a time machine, and we can have if we had Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne on this team, shoot. Shoot. Y'all can run some stop routes. Shoot, you can run what route you want to run. Option route. Them dudes had a brain, you know. They probably beat the hell out of Kelly Moore, though. They probably, hey, Kelly, come here, let me talk to you right quick. Oh, why are the lights out in here? Ow, oh, ow. Especially Marvin Harrison. Y'all know Marvin Harrison wasn't about that. You know what I'm saying? That play. Shoot. Hey, man, Marvin Harrison was doing a drive-by. Whoa. Oh, wait a minute. What happened to the young coordinator? Y'all know Marvin Harrison was a thug, man. And y'all know what Reggie Wayne, straight up gangster, baby. You know, oh, my bad. You know, for anybody who's sensitive about the situation, just look up Marvin Harrison, you know, overall. You know, slap them haters up out of here. You know, shoot, boy. Y'all don't know about Reggie Wayne shooting things. What school he went to? Let me see. Oh, let me test y'all right quick. What school did Reggie Wayne went to? Y'all, I want y'all to put it in the box real big for your boy. You know what I mean? Ooh, y'all put it in. I want to say it, the U. Yes, indeed. Reggie was just crazy, man. The U, and he played like it too. He lived up to his expectation in his name. And I ain't finna give all of that credit to Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was a dog. Peyton Manning, dog. I haven't said one blade of hate toward Peyton Manning. Shoot. Hey, yeah, Law, you wrong for that. Marvin Harrison was quiet but deadly. Yes, indeed. Marvin Harrison, like, all right. He had a few businesses, too. What happened to him, man? Yeah, man, he crossed Reggie Wayne the wrong way. I mean, Marvin Harrison the wrong way. Yeah, he caught a plane out to Cleveland late last evening. Yeah, but neither here nor there. Schottenheimer. I did a video. I think it was about 4 or 5 months ago. No, it had to be 11 months ago. Marvin Harrison's son is a beast. Yeah. I wish I had that he ain't lying button. All of the pedigrees of the guys that used to play Cowboys, man, holler at your boy. Y'all go ahead and bring those boys in. Joey Porter Jr. Look, we can't be passing up. If they father played in the National Football League, man, we need to bring them in for a cup of coffee, man. Just bring them in. Who knows? You know, they can be doing some good stuff for us, man. Shoot, yeah, his son is a beast, man. All work. But here's what I want to go with Schottenheimer. I said about 11, 12 months ago, I thought that he got the job because he's within the system, the good old boy network. I still stand true to that. He's supposed to come to be the quality control guy to help out on defense, as well as the person with his hands in the mix with the quality control of Kellen Moore. But what I've learned is from Mike McCarthy. He said, if you install it, you call it, right? And what Mike McCarthy didn't want to do is help Kellen Moore to a degree, whereas he knew that he wasn't going to get the credit. Mike McCarthy ain't no fool. So when he sees some inefficiencies, he can try to help the man out a little bit. But when you start talking about philosophies, philosophy is different. Like, I can teach you something, but if your philosophy is different, then we are still unequally yoked. So that's why if I believe in this, right, and you believe in that, it doesn't matter how much I can tell you, right? You just still don't believe in my philosophy, because your way of thinking and your logical way of thinking is everything. It doesn't matter. It's customary, right, for certain coaches to pray 5 times a day, right? Some people look at it like, hey, man, that's too many prayers. I only want to pray when I wake up. I don't want to pray when I eat, and I want to pray when I go to sleep. Some people just believe in that, right? But it's principles and philosophies. Byron Joe says, David, appreciate you. Shots offense ranked top 10 only 4 times in his 12 years altogether as the OC. Yep. And we're going to look at that, too. I appreciate you for bringing that up, Byron Joe. Appreciate you. Manning says, what's up, Law? With the new offensive coordinator, what changes can we see with the offense? Love y'all. Love all what you do. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Manning drops back. Here's what I can say to both of that. It would be less exotic. They got rid of Shotty because he was not that creative. He was very bland. But here's the thing. Because you are the offensive coordinator doesn't mean you call the plays. Newsflash. The 49ers still have an offensive coordinator, yes or no? Can y'all put that in the chat? And can somebody, system do matter, can somebody put the name of the coordinator for the 49ers? You see, that's different when you have the coordinator and you have the play caller. And when you have things that can match up together with the philosophy, then it can join. The symmetry will be there. And as far as systems, you see, Schottenheimer's system blends right with Mike McCarthy. Shanahan is not the coordinator. He's the play caller. Right? So you got to understand those things. For the 49ers, they got another coordinator. He's there. But just like you have your outlet devices, here for American, Western culture, you can't take that same outlet divider and go to Europe, right? They got a different adapter. Hope we get MHJR when he goes to the draft. This is Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, appreciate you, Jason. Yeah. Law, you and Mr. Rome is my guy. Salute, Rob Dollar TV. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Mr. Rome. Shout out to my guys over there. And, of course, we could talk about this, but hold on. You got these type of things. So what happened here, let me see. European adapter. Let me see. plug, I guess. All right, good. I can use this as an analogy because a lot of people won't understand European plugs. Let me go right here because a lot of people probably never been abroad, right? And their adapters, their units look different. Let me go right here. Boom. Let me know if you guys can see that. Their adapters look different. So what Jerry Jones been trying to do is, all right, I'm going to get this European plug, right? And I'm going to have this Western model, Mike McCarthy plug, and we're going to try to merge them together. And it don't work. One philosophy is different from the other. Whereas we have the voltage currency over here, whereas if it's too much voltage in there, it will blow a fuse, right? Or the grid, it will let people know, all right, instead of the whole house burning down, we have certain wattages that we are limited to. European got different wattages that they are customary to. So that their current devices got to be different. Now, there are adapters that you can buy to solidify those things, right? So you can go buy a European travel plug adapter, and it could work for different sources and different reasons. So what I'm trying to say is the Cowboys been hustling backwards so that everything can work out fine for the quarterback. They looked at it and said, okay, we need to keep Kellen Moore for the terminology. Wink, wink. But technically, I bet you my bottom dollar is that if in the closed room, it could be 30 years from now, it could be 20 years from now, it could be 15 years from now, it could be when Big Mike McCarthy is gone, if he don't live up to the expectations of his contract and it don't get renewed, and then he starts spilling out all of the tea. Because when you're gone, then that's when people start saying, all right, this is what really happened, y'all. I had the job, but they said that in order for me to keep the job, I have to hire Kellen Moore. They would never admit it now because this is what they do, the Cowboys organization and franchise. But it will be hard-pressed for me to see Big Mike McCarthy to get a job and to also bring about someone that he don't know, someone that he got to build relationships with, someone that he really ultimately don't trust because you start talking about Trojan horses and things like that. He can't even pass gas without Kellen Moore smelling it and explaining it to Jerry Jones, his father, right? Oh, he passed gas the other day. Oh yeah, he had some cold cuts, man. I smelled it, and some mac and cheese. Man, the dude was just letting it rip up in there, So that's just how it goes. So Mike McCarthy was walking around on his tippy toes his whole entire time. It was. And people were ready to get rid of Big Mike year 2020. Yes, they were. They're like, look, man, I've seen the post, man. Yeah, people like that, shoot, bring Jason Garrett back, dog. 2020, man, shoot. I said 2020 turned into a cuss word, right? Right? People were like, man. And then Mike Nolan, he's hiring all of his buddies, man. Whoa, what's going on? And then I was even hard on Big Mike because I was looking at it like this right here, ladies and gentlemen. Why would you go through contract negotiation for the nation and rip everything apart and try to go in this thing brand new without all of his people, but you still carrying some of the old luggage in the bag with you? Doug Nussmeier, Kellen Moore. It doesn't say, the old saying doesn't say a bunch of bad apples spoil the bunch. Well, how the saying go? Can y'all put that down? One bad apple or a few bad apples can spoil the whole bunch. Right? No one takes the old thread off of the garments and tie it in with the new thread. That's how I was looking at it. Like, we respected Dan Quinn when he came aboard because we saw, hey, man, that Mike Nolan situation, can y'all get rid of all of those boys? And they did. Everybody was new on the defensive side. Everybody knew. It wasn't no philosophy. It was still some strongholds in 2020. Some Rob Marinelli people said, wow, it is too complicated. All those still Mike Nolan. Operation. But there'll be a third of people that will argue with me and say, hey, you don't have to prune the tree. Why is it necessary for the people to prune the tree? Why is it necessary for that? Can somebody put that down? Why is it necessary to prune the tree? Huh? Can somebody let me know? Why is it necessary to burn up all your fields before you plant new? Why is it necessary to start all over? So now we look at all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We look at it from those perspectives. The pruning, look, let me pull it up. Now we're learning all types of stuff, botany and all of this stuff. Let me just let's talk about this right quick. Get out of the way. 8 reasons why you should prune your trees. Number 1, promotes growth. Write that down. Promotes growth. Write that down. Promotes growth. If you write things down 3 times and say it 21 times, you will forever have it into your mental mindset. It encourages fruit productions. Let me say this again. It encourages fruit production. One more time. It encourages fruit production. You can use pruning to treat diseases. You know, one of the things about disease and ailments is spread. Right? But sometimes people will hold on to something so long and it spreads. It never grows beyond that point. There are ladies watching right now that won't even cut their split ends because they think they got long hair. It's touching my back. But that end keeps splitting and splitting. In 2018, the hair was down to the mid part of their back. But they refused to cut off the dead weights. And now it's whoop, whoop, chicken. Chicken head. Whoop, whoop, chicken. Chicken head. You know, I'm just playing with y'all. Y'all cut them dead edges and split ends out. I'm just messing with y'all ladies, man. You know, but y'all gotta make the time to cut the hair. If it's split ends, if it's uneven, you know what I mean? Project Pack, you know. Shout out to all the ladies out there. I ain't meaning no harm against y'all. Y'all don't be typing I can't stand you, Law. I can't stand you. I know my hair's down my back. Bald head, scared away. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, prevent safety hazards, right? It can help you shape your trade. It can help you shape your offense, right? You know, and on top of that, it prevents the safety. You know, when it's growing into your house or what have you, up time to prune it. Oh, that's good. No, a tree will survive. You know, it removes unwanted growth. Oh, that's a good one right there. Woo! Unwanted growth. What is unwanted growth? Throwing tendencies. Right? I don't need for you to carry over the philosophies and the unwanted abilities of what the previous administration brought forth to you. Why? If you learn old ways, you would do old ways. You know what I'm saying? If you think that pouring a gallons of sugar into the Kool-Aid and that will make you healthy because your grandfather did it and your grandfather passed it to your father and now you doing it, they call that generational. Too much sucrose. My grandfather, great-grandfather had his leg cut off. Well, you know, that's just running in the family. Now it's time for me to get my legs cut off or my toe cut off. You know what I'm saying? I got the sugar. Oh, I got diabetes. You know? Oh, I got that sugar, baby. I do. Because of the old philosophies and the old ways was passed down. So now that when it's down at the dinner table and you get somebody say, hey, have you tried agave? Ah, no, man, I need that. What's that that great value bag of sugar? Or was it Domino? What's the name of that sugar? The white sugar, the bleach. Y'all don't like what I'm saying today because somebody got a gallon of sugar and they doggone buy this right now. It's customary for me to suck down 4 or 5 Pepsis and Cokes. I don't know why I can't lose weight. You drinking a lot of sugar. Where your water at? And YouTube and Facebook, please don't take me down when I say that, but you want to have an alkaline diet, right? And sometimes just because it's even alkaline doesn't mean that it's good for you, by the way. But you want to be more mindful, so the more knowledge you have and the more education that you pour upon yourself by venturing off and getting new information from someone who's been there before, you live longer. You have better healthy habits. You eat right. You know what I mean? You brush your teeth before you go to bed. You make sure you floss. There's more to it. You brush your teeth when you wake up in the morning. You don't eat sugary substance and go to bed and thinking, oh, man, my teeth is just against me right now. Why is pain all in my mouth? What's the 7th one? Save money in the long run. Woo! Yeah, it do. And I can break that down. Because now when you know for sure what you got, you don't have to pay a little extra. Right? You don't have to worry about those unwarranted INTs, right? Unwarranted fumbles, unwarranted misdirection. Now you look at it like this. Man, shoot. I thought Amari Cooper was worth the $20 million. Let me cut him off. Oh, I didn't listen to what he had to say about stop routes, about option routes. Why? Because what they did was, I did the video. Let me go right here. This was the first one that everybody was mad at when we did it. When we played this one right here. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin was mad at this. And they said, well, Law, that was Scott Linehan's offense, man. That had nothing to do with Kellen Moore. Where do you think Kellen Moore learned his offensive plan from? Osmosis, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden a voice was in his head. Hey, what do you say?
Interesting because I actually had another stop route on that play, and they were, if you was watching, they were like really sitting on those stop routes, man. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So when I broke the huddle, I was kind of mad, and I was like, Dad, come on, again? He was like, just run it, bro. And then I guess he thought about it again, and he kind of signaled a go route, and I was elated when he did that. I took off, caught the ball, and scored.
So he said he took off and scored. I truly believe that Amari Cooper have more experience than Dak Prescott. Been in the league longer than Dak Prescott, I believe. And know for sure how to beat the opposition. You see, when you get rid of or when you cut off the wrong branch and you don't cut it off from the source, then the things that you had issues with continue to permeate and to grow. So what we seen was unwarranted growth. My goodness. Pruning can also protect trees from the storm. And that was a warning from Amari Cooper that, hey man, I feel what y'all saying, but man, you cutting this branch off. But you got to actually cut deeper. You got to take that whole tree up out of the ground. and let Mike McCarthy bring forth his own knowledge and his own information. Because what Mike McCarthy refused to do is continue to bail out Kellen Moore. He probably already said, hey, Kellen, I like you, but I need you to get smarter. I don't like option routes, and here's why. It's too much information for these wide receivers to obtain. It's not enough storage. You know, it got to be a situation where you can make this simplified. And when I'm start talking about this, what happened is now the European plug is trying to commute with the westernized American plug, and they're not coexisting. They bumping heads, and you wondering why my phone is not charging up, why I can't keep this doggone thing going. There's no continuity. Yak Lamb 88. Dracarys. Dope metaphor with the tree trimming. That's why I rock with you, Law. You tie in logic with wisdom and give worthwhile take every time. DC for life. Balls, baby. Dracarys. Yes, indeed. That's how people falling out right now. They're like, man, what is Pruning? You know, I bet you somebody out of all of the people that's going to watch this, they going to say, you know what's wrong with that tree? And they're going to grandma or Annie or somebody going to be like, they're going to be talking about, what's wrong with that tree? A tree got a disease in it. Law said you got to prune it. You got to cut back. But that's going to cut back. It's going to make the tree look weird. Don't worry. It'll grow. You just got to cut off all of the loose ends. That's just what it is. But let's go back to this offensive coordinator. Here is my offensive coordinator now. The new offensive coordinator will have, let me go back. I got to read this super chat. Appreciate you for keeping the lights on over here. Sir Dialer says the new offensive coordinator will have a better run plays, and they better keep Tony Pollard. Dracarys. Woo! Baby, baby. Whew. Breaking news, the Cowboys got a new offensive coordinator. His name is Schottenheimer. Let's see what his numbers look like between the stretch of 2018 through 2020. We're going to look at all of these, and we're going to contextualize the number. But nevertheless, you know what? I forgot to bring this up. Hold on. Give me one second right here. I want to pull it up in a different type of way. Let me save it this way. Appreciate you so much. Ooh, wee, ooh, la, la. Let me pull it up this way, and then we'll pull it up Pro Football Focus way. But I love, boom. Let's see. This was the years of the quarterback Russell Wilson. In 2018, for the Seattle Sea Chickens, Seahawks, Russell Wilson was the quarterback. They threw for 3,448 yards, 35 touchdowns, 7 interception. Passer rating was 110. Do y'all like that stat? And I know stats are for losers. I get it, right? And then in 2019, 4,110 yards, 31 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 106 in park, right? 0.3 passer rating. Do y'all like that, or that's garbage, you know? I want to know, because we want to contextualize all of this, right? And then in the year 2020, 40 tubs, 13 INTs, but he had 4,212 yards, 105.1, the fan, instead of 3. You know what I mean? So those are his stats with a pro team like the Seattle Seahawks, okay? Now, keep in mind, he's the coordinator, not the play caller, now that we're going to get this all together. But let's go. Let's pull up this right here, and I want to be able to showcase this. This is 2018, and, of course, I just read out, you guys, the stat line for that year, but we're going to go all the way down, and we're going to look at the team offenses. The number one offense in 2018 In 18 was the Kansas City Chiefs. The Rams were number 2. New Orleans Saints 3. Patriots 4. Colts 5. 6. The Seattle Seahawks. They had the 6th ranked offense in 2018 there. All right, so let's go by the number 1 passing offense, and that was the Tampa Bay. Where are the Seattle Seahawks? Where are you? Seahawks, where are you? Where are the Seahawks? Where are they located? Here I am, how do you do? They was the 27th. And that's in 2018. Shout out to my daughter. She loved that song. But there's a booty in there. The Seattle Seahawks were the number 1 rushing team in the National Football League. Number 1. What do you know? What we've been talking about, they had 2,560 yards collectively and 15 tubs. Okay. All right, so we're going to go all the way back up, and let's move it on to 2019. All right, Super Bowl champs were the Kansas City Chiefs. MVP was Lamar Jackson. Okay, Kyler Murray, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Oh, Michael Thomas. Okay, I see all of that good stuff. Let's scroll all the way down. Let's see where this team ranked at. I haven't even looked at this, so we all watching it together by hook or by crook. Team offense, number 1 ranked was the Baltimore Ravens. Shout out to them. I see why that kid got MVP for that year. Well, he was MVP, right? Did I read that right? Yeah. Lamar and things were MVP. All right, so let's keep moving it down. Where were the Seattle? Okay, they was ranked 9th. Hey, we ranked 6th. The Cowboys that year, 2019. But the Seattle Seahawks were ranked 9th. And let's go. Passing, we were ranked 2. Where are the Seattle Seahawks? Oh, they're ranked 14th. They're ranked 14th. So there was Brian Schottenheimer. Okay, so let's go and look at the rushing total. Where are they? They was ranked 4th. I'm seeing a pattern. I see a trend here, right? And appreciate you, Law. That was when they had the best. That's when they had the beast mode. Shout out to you, Jason. Appreciate you. Hey, the draft is right around the corner, man. It's right around the corner. So let's go to his last season. He ran out of town. 2020. Got 20 lighters on the dresser. Oh, it's 25. The Super Bowl champ that year was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. MVP was Aaron Rodgers. Okay, let's see where this team in 2020 was ranked at. And let me look at the record, too. I forgot to do that. Where are they? They finished 12-4. 12-4. All right, so let's scroll all the way down. Let's go all the way down. And we're looking at all of this. Green Bay, the number 1 offense in the National Football League. Where are the Seattle's? They the 8th ranked offense. And where are they in the passing situation? Or did I read that right? Yeah, they was the 8th. Where are they in the passing? Come on, y'all bear with me. Y'all follow along. I know I'm moving fast. Where they at passing? Okay, here we go. 16th rank in passing. 16th rank in passing. And where were they in rushing, ladies and gentlemen? Where were they? 12th rank in rushing. Okay. So they dropped off real bad. And I think there was a major injury in 2020, and they had to let Russell cook, okay? But neither here nor there, that was 2020. So what I did was I looked at everything I can find off of that, ladies and gentlemen. They were 12-4 for 2020. And I don't think that there's a soul that can sit back and watch Russell Wilson play for those stretch of years. Let me pull this back up for context and say, man, Russell Wilson trash. Man, I can't stand Russell. on every single line that I was looking at, the offensive passing were not top 15, right? They were somewhere along the ways of maybe top in between 8th and 14, right? But the rushing in every year finished in top 4, top 5, right? What we've been talking about all season long. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. I mean, we've been talking about running the ball so much that my guy West Coast even got a hat that say run the damn ball. And now that we got somebody that can pretty much dial up running plays and be bland and probably be vanilla, although Mike McCarthy will be the play caller, shot caller, baller, right? You got somebody that can come up with some stuff that we can run the ball. And I don't think that there's a soul in this chat right now that was banging on the table saying that Russell Wilson is trash. And it's quite funny to me that when they look back at now that he's in Denver land, and I don't know what Sean Payton is going to do with him, that everybody, mama, uncle, cousin is saying that, man, Russell is trash. Why? They pass the ball too much. You see. That sink in. William Blackwell, do you think he will be our run game coordinator and Mike McCarthy be in charge of the passing situation? I truly believe, man, my goodness, man. William, you're a real one, baby. You're a real one. You're a real one. Sheesh, you're a real one, man. Run the ball, man. Yeah. Shout out to your iceberg. Now, does this mean that the Cowboys going straight to the Super Bowl, etc.? No. Does this mean that MVP Dak is going to be that? No. Don't mean nothing. None of this mean anything. Don't mean nothing. These boys got to put in some work. These boys got to put in some hours. And these boys got to give us results. I truly believe that the way the circumstances are now, that 12-5 is the floor, right or wrong. Who want to debate against that, right? Like who want to say, well, hey, nah, allow 12-5 is not. That's the floor, baby. The last 2 years, y'all, look, we cried, moaned, complained left and right on the last 5 losses we had in the regular season. And I'm like, man, I can't take this no more. You know what I mean? We can't lose more than 5 games next year. Don't care who we play. Right? We can play all Pro Bowl teams for the next 5 years. We can't lose more than 5 games. That's just the reality of it. Oh, Lord, it's not fair. Well, show. I can show y'all tangible information. Tangible. Things that you can clearly see. That this dude numbers, even without Marvin Harris, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark, you know what I'm saying? Edgerrin James, his numbers are way up there. And you guys still say, hey, man, this dude's trash. This dude is horrid. I can only imagine if he threw 110 interceptions. So the Dallas Cowboys, this dude, Dak Prescott, his completion percentage must be at 67, 68. His passing yards per game, we ain't going to worry about that. Touchdowns to interception ratio, he better have a one of these. Well, let me get this up off of it right quick. He better have one of these right here. You know, he better pass only. The floor would be he can't pass for 13 interceptions next season. They crucifying him for the 15, right? So he can't. Dak Prescott, he must throw only 4 to maybe 5 interceptions next season. He must. Because after one season of him having these type of interceptions, y'all calling him an interception king. He led the league in 12 games. And Fritz That's all they know him by now. Right? Because any other year, look, nobody add in the fact that he had a broken thumb, right? Nobody contextualized that because those are excuses, right? So he can't have another year of 15 interceptions. He's the only quarterback in the National Football League that's held to a higher standard. I've seen people literally say, hey, dog, no excuses, man. There should be no excuses for him, man. No way. But we can give excuses for Joe Burrow. We can give excuses for Josh Allen. We can have bevies of excuses for Justin Herbert. But not for Dak. No, he got that star on the side of his helmet. He better go unscathed. He better not miss Noah Brown. He better not miss Jalen Tolbert next season. He better not miss Michael Gallup. That's just the reality of it. Is it fair? No. But that's just the price of being a Dallas Cowboys quarterback. And that's the American way. We held to a higher standard. The America's team. That's just how it goes. There's no room for error. He better be dog near spotless. So it's on him. We don't look. The running back averaging 1.8 yards per toe. Yo, he better dig him up out of there. No. Shoo. Look. Hear ye, hear ye. They got a whole case with an Eagles player done kidnapped them, trapped some people in some closet, molested, and did a whole bunch of things. And we can't even find and dig up the news on that. They had a guy over there by the name of Joe Mixon. So it's not just for Dak, but it's collectively on how things are not equally administrated throughout the NFL. Joe Mixon done punched some chick in the face, whipped out a gun. You know what I'm saying? So this is not just about Dak Prescott. But my guy, Sam Williams, he was in a car wreck. The lady hit him. And all of a sudden, breaking news, an arrest warrant is out for Sam Williams. He got into a car wreck a couple of months ago, but now it's time for him to go to jail. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. We got an Eagles guy that has somebody trapped up in a closet in a basement somewhere, feeding them through a tube under the ground or something, you know, and I don't hear the punters and the critics. So I guess that it don't really count for him, right? Let's just put him on the commissioner's exempts list. Can somebody find me the mugshot for Ezekiel Elijah Elliott, right? I'm like, where's the hate? Where's the hate that's distributed equally? But I guess since we the America's team, right? Come on, y'all don't see it right in front of your face? Y'all don't see it right in front of your face. They was painting Sam Williams like he done mowed over some people. I'm thinking like, dog, wait a minute. I thought when TMZ came out with the report that there's a bench warrant out for his arrest, I said, dang, Sam Williams must got into another accident and mowed over some people, right? I said, dog, that brother can't drive. I guess I'm a Sam Williams apologist now. You know what I mean? I can only imagine how mad Molly would have been on ESPN. I'm a domestic violence survivor. She was doing all those on Let Me Know If I Lie. I can only imagine if a Cowboy player did. I don't even know the name of the guy for the Eagles team. If we had a guy that used to work for the Cowboys did it, man, I can only imagine how the tears would be falling out of her face. You know what I mean? And especially, I can only imagine if we had a player to do what Joe Mixon did on Molly. would be crying for left and right. ESPN, NFL, they would have had to say, you know what? The whole team is suspended now based upon the information that Ezekiel Elliott done told a girl to lean forward and slapped her and then pulled out a machete or a machine gun. Man, they would have been all over that, man. Y'all think I'm lying, you know. I think B. Bird says, I think that the option route caused confusion, holding the ball longer and wrong reads between Dak and the wide receivers. Get him better wide receivers, Jerry and Steven. Yeah, you're right on that. Give you a dog bark for that one. Appreciate you. You know, Giants kicker had domestic violence charge and not a soul was like, hey, maybe he can play next week. You know, he was only a kicker. You know, he was only a kicker. You know, that domestic violence really don't count, you know, because he's a kicker, you know. And then he got the other blue on. He don't have a star on the side of his helmet, you know. Let me see. Law, they said that Zeke had a fumbling problem after 2020 season. After 6 fumbles, the most his whole career, and what happened since that? None.
When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud, too.
You ain't lying, man. In 2019, that fumble that they called in that Saints game, it wasn't Zeke fumble, man. The elbow was in the ground, but that's a story of another day, man. Yes, indeed. And look, it would have been, hey, have you ever watched ESPN, NFL Network, you know what I'm saying, Fox? Have you ever watched them and it'd be like a red little ticker that'd be on the bottom of the screen? They would have put that on the screen forever. It would still be tickling. You know what I'm saying? It would have been tickling all over the screen. Cowboy player kidnapped, robbed, you know. You know what I'm saying? They would have had that ticker. Look, we would have turned to Nickelodeon. We'd have been like, hey, man, what's going on? Hey, cowboy player kidnapped a player. Cowboy player kidnapped, robbed, molestation. Oh, my goodness. It would have been all over the 4-letter network. And I'm still waiting on the arrest report for Ezekiel Elliott. I haven't seen one, you know. I can't make this stuff up. But I guess I'm an Ezekiel Elliott apologist now. You know, a Sam Williams apologist. You know, yes, indeed, man. Elbow all the way in the ground. Yeah, Choctaw. But I guess that's Zeke's fault. And for the nerve of most people, we can clearly see some things that goes on for other organization, franchise, and it'd be just a little footnote. 1 day, 2 days circulation, and then boom. But people say, hey, man, y'all the America's team. Well, shoot, give us some favors then if you're the America's team. Hook a brother up with a Super Bowl or something, you know what I'm saying? Other flavor. But hook a brother up, though, you know what I'm saying? Let us get some favorable looks, some favorable conversations. It's the inverse with us. Shoot, we the America's most hated. That's how it looked like that for us. We are. Right, man. Y'all America's team, man. Shoot, we the America's most hated. Shoot. That's why when Parsons was doing all that talking, I was like, Parsons, dog, you ain't gonna win that one, man. And people sweep that stuff up under the rug. There was an announcer. What was it? Week 1 of the playoff game. Y'all look this up. Y'all think I'm lying. They looked at what the Cowboys was doing. Week 1 of the playoff game was the first time we got a holding call since the Green Bay Packers game. Who want to debate that? Name me another team that goes that long without a holding call. I think in 2019, my guy DeMarcus Lawrence was saying, hey, he's being held on literally every play. And they went almost a third of that year without even calling a single solid holding call. Look, the whole thing about the NFL being scripted and not being scripted, that just to get y'all off of something that's dealing with this NFL. We know that all of the NFL is not scripted. We get all of that. But we do know for sure that the aficionados, and certain people within the confines of the aficionados can call those subjective calls however they want. Law, do you have any truth to that? And it goes right over people's head, and you will be so angry. You will miss the meat worrying about the potatoes. You will begin to say, hey, man, if Trayvon Diggs just make a play on that ball, hit the dude or intercept the ball, maybe the Cowboys win. If they call a legal player down the field, maybe that play never exists too. But only in the Cowboys. There'll be people arguing with me with that. You're like, nah, man, he's supposed to still make a play on that, though, Law. Come on, man, you can't have the aficionados to bail. Look, it's funny. It's cool when the aficionados bail the other teams out, but it's horrid when we talk about, hey, when they going to bail us out. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be America's take, you know? You know? And when we really think about it, when we look at, if we hold it, put it like this. We hold the Dallas Cowboys to America's standard higher than we actually hold America to America's standards. When have we finished number one in the world in literacy rate? When have we finished number one in the world as far as income ratio? When have we finished in health? We are, look, this nation, the American nation, we're not number one in health. No, we for the land and of the free and the home of the brave. We got a lot of stuff going on around here in the Americas in these parts. Shoo. We ain't number one in every category. B. Bird says KC lost Hill and the new players that they replaced caught 156 passes, 2,041 yards. We lost Cooper, and the new players caught 15 receptions for 182 yards, man. You ain't lying, man. Shoot, you ain't lying. Let me give you a truth siren. Yeah. Dak lost 13 points in the game. Yeah, Fritz, look, I'm not excusing Dak Prescott for his gameplay. I'm not. Because if second and 2, he could have just leaned forward. And got that first down. Jones, we number one in health. Look at Jerry Jones, almost 100 years old. Nah. Shoot, I seen people in other countries be 120 years old, lifting weights, sitting out in the sun, you know. I'm just playing with you, though, but shout out to Jerry Jones. He might outlive us all, man. You know what I'm saying? So we hired Brian Schottenheimer to just carry the clipboard. I think he's going to stay his same capacity of, in my opinion of it. I think that because Mike McCarthy is pretty much on a win or die on a heel type of situation, that it behooves Mike McCarthy to call every play to get it right. That's just how that goes. It just behoove Dak Prescott to be good too this season. But if you Mike McCarthy, shoot, you better call every play and not lean on Schottenheimer. That's just how it goes, man. All right, so it's 10:53. Let me do this for a quick second. And
call my phone, hit my line.
We ain't gonna stay long tonight though, but we're gonna try to at least stay till 11, 15-ish. I got some energy, 30-ish, you know. Let me get that phone number up there on the screen though. Let me see where I put it at. Appreciate y'all so much. Oh, I got my phone number somewhere. I hope I didn't delete it. There we go. I know y'all early. Shout out to the West Coast people, man. Choctaw, Montana. Appreciate you, my dog. I'm going to pin that. Appreciate y'all. Look at the number on top of the screen.
There are 5 participants in the conference. All participants are muted. Please announce yourself.
Coach Marv. What's good from the 803? You're live, Coach.
What's going on, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief.
As I was saying, man, I don't think that the interception thing with Dak Prescott is a thing that's going to go on and on. I think again, confusion and then a lot of you, and then you have some bad interceptions. But I think a lot of that stuff comes when you have some chip balls and you have some stuff that happened, and it was just a lot more of bad. You had bad play, but then you had a lot of, some of the chip balls got intercepted.
Yeah,
that may have not got intercepted before.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes, and I know a lot of people talking about they gave it 13 points, but still, and this is not to sell it, talk bad about Diggs, but if Diggs catch that interception, this whole and that's right in his hands. I mean, right in his hands.
Right. I saw a deal with Ray Lewis. Ray was saying the same thing. Like Ray Lewis was doing some analysis stuff. I was up one night and he was saying that, yeah, man, you got to take that one. You know what I mean? But
right,
granted,
you got to take that one.
Yeah. You got to take that one.
Let me give you some facts when people talk about elite quarterbacks.
Talk to me, man.
In Super Bowl history, I think it's been 56 Super Bowls.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's only 33 quarterbacks that have been starting quarterbacks that won Super Bowl.
I didn't know that stat. Yeah. That's this.
Don't you know it's only been 63 quarterbacks that played that started Super Bowl?
Didn't know that one.
And at this particular time, there's only 4 guys. I think 4. When you add Jalen Hurts, it'd be 5. There's only 5 guys that will start next season. They'll probably be starting quarterbacks that have played in the Super Bowl. So when we talk about elite, man, it goes back to what I was saying, man. Teams win Super Bowl.
Teams do.
And and there's so much is on this Dak Prescott and everything, but it takes teams and everybody to make plays. And I'm very impressed by bringing in Brian Schottenheimer, because I know his dad was a run the football type of guy.
It was.
But I do want to say this though. We discredited Ezekiel Elliott and maybe Tony Pollard or our running game. Yes, we ran the ball. But I want people to understand this. It is very hard to have a quality, sound run game that's going to be consistent if you don't have a run game coordinator.
Man,
I cannot believe in my mind, my thinking, that the Cowboys decided to not have a run game coordinator for this long. And ever since when they had one back with Bill Callahan, I think that was the last person that held that title of run game coordinator. The run game was very consistent. But this time I hope that they solve that problem. And that doesn't make them a run-first team or run all time. But you have to have a purpose, and you have to make teams you have to scheme just like you scheme in routes.
Yeah, you got to make every blade of grass accountable, and I don't think that
you got to scheme a run game.
Yeah, you got to scheme.
And this is where we're gonna get help for it. And I think, but like you say, we got to put the work in, and we got to go back and put the work in. But that's what I want to say. But that's 63 quarterbacks that only started the Super Bowl out of 56 Super Bowls.
Right.
To get there is not an easy task for a quarterback, and that's not everybody can do.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, Coach Marv, man, for that brilliant information. And what we were saying is that just because Mike McCarthy McCarthy is calling plays and Schottenheimer is here. Doesn't mean you're going straight to the Super Bowl, for crying out loud. They still got to do some stuff on the back end. But I appreciate you, Coach Marv.
Got to put the work in, man. Got to sweat, man. Got to sweat in the summertime.
Say the saying, man. Those who sweat more, and how it goes. Say it one time.
Those who sweat, but those who sweat more in peace bleed less in war. And right now we in peacetime because we ain't in war now because the season ain't going. But those who sweat more in peace gonna bleed less in war.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Coach Marv, man. Good shot from him, man, about this team and everything. So that's how I look at it. That's how I view it. And here's the conversation. And here's where people miss the meat worrying about the potatoes. They want to argue if Dak Prescott is elite. The argument should be, no, he's not elite. It shouldn't even be that argument. The argument should be, can the Cowboys put players around said quarterback? And is it winnable if they do such? And that is the name of the game. Because we can literally look back at the regular season and don't see losing seasons within the regular season. So what we're trying to do is ramp up and get to the playoff, be comfortable there, and dominate your opposition once you get there. Act like you belong there. And one can argue that we were a better team than what we were last year. We were. That's what the stat line and all of the accolades say. That's why you are. That's why you are where you at. Now, could we won that game against San Fran? Yes. Did Dak Prescott cost that team with those costly interceptions? Yes. Yes. He shouldn't have thrown that interception. He shouldn't have. But he did. All right, the 815, you're live. This is Brandon, you're live.
Man, you know this me. Hey, man, I want to say shout out to Law Nation for going live. Man,
Yeah.
Open up the phone line, because I promise you, he been saying some stuff that I have to address.
Okay.
Man, this Peyton Manning stuff. Come on now. And notice what Law did. I'm not trying to say that they're Dak Prescott is better than Peyton Manning, but you're comparing them. So let's do this. In about 10 years, let's compare his latter part of his career. But because I know, Law, you're gonna be a big deal, here in a few minutes. Well, you already a big deal. When you get on TV, let's debate that.
Yeah.
Now back to Dak Prescott. Let's stick to Dak Prescott.
Okay.
Now, we know Dak not elite, so I hope after this year that argument is dead. The question is, can you win a Super Bowl with Dak? Look, we had a lot of talent that first go around 2 years ago now, and he didn't get it done.
What team was that?
The first San Francisco.
San Francisco. Okay.
Right. Look, man. I think we should move on. But look, Dak is who he is. Look, the offensive coordinator didn't throw them interceptions. The offensive coordinator wasn't throwing ground balls to CD and Michael Gallup up the same like. So I know we want to allow used to want to compare him to Patrick Mahomes, and then Tyreek Hill left, and Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl without Tyreek Hill. So we don't even make those comparisons.
Well, let me say this: who was the third-ranked defense in the National Football League this year?
The third rank, I'm maybe the Eagles. I don't know.
No. The top 5 defense is I could be the 4th ranked defense. Pat Mahomes do got a top 5 defense. Yes or no?
Yeah. Stay right there. Yeah,
I'm gonna stay right there. So he do have a look. How many interceptions did that defense pick up their last game they played before they made it to the Super Bowl?
You talking about against Joe Burrow?
Yeah. Is Joe Burrow elite, right? Do the Chiefs win that game? Do the Chiefs win that game without those interceptions? Yes or no?
No. I'm gonna say no.
So we wouldn't even be talking about the great Pat Mahomes being into the Super Bowl again. That's why this football is an ultimate team sport. And you know me, I'm gonna always have a way out, baby. You already know, Brandon. You know I got a way out. On every angle, I got a way out. I got a way out now.
Hey, Long Nation, because if Long Nation can pan that camera around, I guarantee you they're in it close. Lord, that. I don't care what that. Know what he's saying.
Wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. He's elite. He didn't need those interceptions, right? Now, granted, Pat Mahomes on one leg, he's probably better than a third of the NFL, and I know for sure we can look at that. But when we start talking about Travis Kelce, and the Eagles gonna see this too. You ain't gonna single him up. He requires two. It's going to be underneath, roll coverage. He requires two, and it allows Juju, who had his best season ever, to eat. It allows Sky Moore to be a 4.29 guy, 4.3 guy to eat. It allows Kadarius Toney to be able to eat, and some guy named Pistachios to run really good. So it's all good, man. I feel you, fam. I feel you. What other argument do you have today?
Look.
Or you want to argue, because this is the thing. The next money line for Dalton Schultz, don't you know that his APY will be higher than Travis Kelce if the Cowboys decide to read Dalton Schultz up? So is Dalton Schultz in the same room as Travis Kelce?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. So what I'm trying to say is, I get it. Pat Mahomes is phenomenal. That's why he lead the league in interceptions in the fourth quarter. No one threw more interceptions than Pat Mahomes. Why? Because they took away some of his toys, right? It just didn't happen organically. I think that there was a drop-off with some of his interceptions because he wasn't spotless this year too. There's nobody who threw more interceptions than Pat Mahomes in the fourth quarter this season. But I can only imagine if you take away Travis Kelce, would that number be even more?
Can I interject?
Yeah, interject.
So I want everybody that's listening to know this. Last year, Law's argument was, well, he got Tyreek and he got Travis Kelce. So he get old run down the receiver from Pittsburgh, Juju the dancer, and then he turned him into a pretty good receiver.
Oh no! Hold on. Juju since birth was better than Noah Brown, but keep going. Go ahead.
No. Coach said Noah Brown is Chris Carter, but I'm gonna keep going. Kadarius Toney, he was at the end of the bench for some reason in New York. Look what Pat Mahomes did.
What round? Excuse me. What round was Kadarius Toney drafted in? By the way,
and he was a first round baby, but he was still at the end of the bench.
He didn't want to play in Giants land. He already soiled himself playing over there with Daddy Jones before Brian Daboll made it there. So he was already under the impressions that, hey, I don't want to be here. But keep going, because just with that statement, I realized that even Randy Moss was on the bench or was horrible with the Raiders uniform on. So sometimes a change of scenery can make that grass smell fresh. But keep going.
And then he got to Tom Brady, but then Dak ain't Tom Brady. Hold
on. Is Dak better than Dante Culpepper? Come on, dog. Oh, no, man. No, man. No way, bro.
Dante Culpepper. No. I'm sorry. That was Steve McNair. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm thinking about Steve McNair. Dak Prescott. Dante Culpepper had some really good years. They about the same. They about the same. Look. And when you gain
You trolling that.
Dante Culpepper, Randy Moss, and Chris Carter, he almost took him to the Super Bowl. You give Dak Prescott the best offense in the NFL,
Well, let me stop you right here. Who did we had in these last 7 years that was on the same dimensions as Chris Carter and Randy Moss, by the way?
Again, Coach Marv said Noah Brown is Chris Carter, but we don't have anybody that compares to Randy Moss.
Man.
Yeah.
Man,
but,
just
okay,
good.
I'm gonna end with this because
Go ahead.
I know you got other callers, so I'm gonna end with this. Dak Prescott, the quarterback, is 2-4. Dak Prescott, the GM, drafted Jalen Tolbert. Dak Prescott, the GM, did not speak up for Amari Cooper to get him re-signed. Y'all notice Law did not play any tape where Dak Prescott said, "Hey, Jerry Jones, we need to keep Amari Cooper." As a matter of fact, it was reported that Dak was like, "Hey, we don't really need him." He agreed that he probably ain't the best teammate. If it's a lie, that's what some reports were saying.
Oh yeah, you just gotta reference it, man, one time so I can just pull them up so we can gasoline burn those boys. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you, Brandon.
All I'm saying is, Dak ain't it, man. How about them Cowboys? Shout out to Low Nation, man.
Oh my gosh, man. All right, man. I got landlord, man. Yes, indeed, man. Law of the land. We live, man. Talk to me, landlord.
What's happening, man? I had to call in, bro. All this Dak slander is killing me, Law. It's killing me.
Oh yeah.
Now look, we can be critical now. We can be critical. Nobody is above criticism.
Right.
But if anybody who feel like Dak is just terrible and all of this, I wish we can rewind and think about the expectations coming into this season. When we got rid of Amari Cooper, everybody said we was going to be 9-win team. Now all of a sudden Dak is supposed to win the Super Bowl. How does this work? You take away one of his top weapons, and now he's supposed to win the Super Bowl. You didn't replace him with anything.
Yeah,
Tell me this. Okay, tell me this. Out of all the teams who was in the playoffs, how does Dallas offense stack up? Look at this. Okay, how much capital have we spent on the offense? As far as Tony, okay, we got Tony Pollard. He was a miraculous late round pick.
Right.
You got Zeke from 2016 now. You know what I'm saying? You got Michael Gallup. He was a 3rd round pick. CeeDee Lamb, the only 1st round pick we have. Dalton Schultz was picked in the 4th round. And then he said, you got the number 1 offense. Dak was a big part of why this offense was number 1. When Cooper Rush was there, it was 0. It was number 32. So I think people need to temper their expectations, man, because at first I know most people didn't see us being this successful this year. Everybody just mad because we didn't win the Super Bowl. I understand that.
Right.
You just kept increasing your expectations as the year went on. You can't tell me you will take the Cowboys' weapons over the Eagles. You can't tell me you will take the Cowboys' weapons over San Francisco. You can't tell me you would take that. We just being real. I love my team. But ain't no way you going to tell me you will take our 2 receivers, Michael Gallup and CD, over A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, or over Deebo Samuel and Ayuk with Kittle. We don't have those caliber of weapons. We need to dedicate more capital on these weapons, Law. That's all I'm saying. Compare our weapons to their weapons, and then talk to me. But everybody at the beginning of the year was saying we was gonna win 9 games.
Yeah.
They were saying we was gonna win 9 games. Now we supposed to win the Super Bowl.
You know what? I just saw someone typed in stats are overrated until they want to count the interceptions, right? You know? They take interceptions away. You know what I'm saying? If the stats, you can't see. This is what people like to do, and they got the Mandela effect. They only believe that the players that they see is who they were without the offensive coordinator nor the offensive, I guess you could say, head coach and defensive coach, right? But stats are overrated. So take the interceptions away. Exactly. Somebody said exactly.
Exactly.
So I appreciate you, landlord. What other points you got, man?
Already, man. I just don't like the flawed logic, man, because the same people who dog Dak Prescott praise people like Justin Herbert, and this man has done nothing. You know what I'm saying? They praise these other quarterbacks. Josh Allen had an identical season to Dak. Identical. Then he got to the second round and got blowed out at home.
No. Can you contextualize that they barely won the first game against Miami against a backup quarterback too?
Come on, Law. Then would you take Buffalo weapons over ours?
Shoot, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. Shoot, come on, man, get out of here.
I would.
Dog. Get out of here, man.
Then they was at home, Law. They was at home. They at the house. We was on the road.
Come on, man.
Man, I just don't get it. And it's the same identical season. Josh Allen and Dak had the same season.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
And we played a much better opponent on the road.
It is. We beat the Vikings. He couldn't do that.
we beat Cincinnati with Cooper Rush. We beat Cincinnati with Cooper Rush with the 32nd offense. But he's supposed to be the savior, though.
Man, hello, man. They don't want that.
Supposed to be the savior.
They don't want that, man. Come on, man. Go appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, landlord. Hey, man, tell them where to find and follow you, man, so they keep that fire over there where you at, too.
Man. Okay, landlord from Alabama with the same handle on our social media, man. Law of the land, man. We got to get to him, Law. Appreciate you, bro.
Man. Appreciate you. That's a good call from landlord, man. Y'all be sure to follow that man over there, man. Landlord, man. Let's do this.
The conference has been locked.
We're going to lock y'all in, the people that's here, man. Let's give it up for my guy from the 863. Scott, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Long?
What's good? What's good with you, man?
Well, one thing for sure, you can tell I ain't got no woman because it's midnight over here in Florida, and I'm sitting up on the goddamn phone watching you on TV and talking to you. That's a pretty sad life right now. Let's just throw that out there for starters and beginners. But listen, man, this conversation is really sticking into my stomach. I get tired of hearing it over and over and over again. You have told so much truth to the point where I don't know what else you can say. You have put up numbers side by side, and they still complain and argue. You have shown videotape. I'm giving you tape. You put it up, and they still complain. It's like, dude, I don't know what else to say to these goddamn fans. I keep saying it. Social media is the worst thing that could have happened to football. I just believe that in my heart, man, because we go on TV and hear everybody's perspective about somebody they don't like. They put it out there in the atmosphere, and those of the same team grab that negativity and ride it to the dirt.
Right.
It bothers my soul, man. I don't get it. But let's go here because I wasn't going to talk about interceptions. But let's just talk about this right quick, and then I'm going to get out the way with something else. Joe Namath is a Hall of Fame quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And he looked at it as a top-tier quarterback. Just another, and people that's in the thread can't lie and say they never said it. But, man, I just said, let me pull up Joe Namath's stats right quick. Jesus Christ.
Man, wait a minute. They're going way too far back there, though, dog.
No, we ain't going way too far
okay,
back.
go with it.
Yeah, no, I ain't trying to. If the ball been thrown in the air back then, it's thrown in the air now. So I ain't trying to hear that bull crap. 15 interceptions, 27 interceptions, 28, 17, 17, 12, 6, 21, 20. It's a lot of 20s up in here. But he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. I don't give a hoot what time frame it is. You throw the ball in the air, somebody got to come down and catch it.
Right.
Whether you're on the same team or not, somebody got to come down and catch it. But yet he's considered elite and this, that, and the fourth, right? You just put up Peyton Manning. You want to talk about earlier days? Well, let's talk about Peyton Manning. You
okay, good.
You saw the numbers. Bam, there you go. And they still complain about that. I'm just so sick and tired of hearing this crap about that. Like I said last time, you take away your best receiver, take away every other team ad to make their team better. You take away your best receiver. And I sat down this morning. Family, listen to me. Scott sat down this morning, finally folded and put away my clothes that I did laundry with last week. Finally got around to putting them away today and sat down and turned on the highlight reel of the Cleveland Browns and watched Amari Cooper go for 1160 and 9 touchdowns with Jacoby Brissett and Massage Boy. I just sat there and watched it. This man got all the massages in the world for 23 different women and still went out and threw touchdowns to Amari Cooper for 1,160 yards and 9 touchdowns. I can't make this stuff up. I really can't. And y'all want this man to make beef hamburgers with tofu. Lord have mercy. Let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs then, since they're in the Super Bowl.
Right,
y'all
right. Talk to him.
Valdez Scantling is a scrub. They got him from who he was with last year, the Green Bay Packers. Y'all think he's a scrub? That dude is super fast. They replaced multiple guys that can actually catch and run from Tyreek Hill with Juju Smith-Schuster, even though he's hurt, but still, they had enough to get there. And y'all can try to compare that to the likes of Noah Brown and this and another. Like I said, one of the other podcasters tried his best to talk about the Amari Cooper trade versus Noah Brown's production until that 5th game. And we started to see that we totally missed Amari Cooper. Look at the passes that Prescott was making with Amari Cooper here, threading the needle as he was trying to do this year. The same passes, but they were being caught by somebody that knew how to tap the receiver a little bit to gain separation, to fight for the ball and not let it be intercepted. If a man has never thrown interceptions like this before, something had to happen. You took away his best receiver. It is so freaking simple. I'm so tired of hearing.
Let me just say this for you. Let me just say this for you, man. Roger Staubach probably wouldn't even be a legend if Drew Pearson had Noah Brown hands.
Right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Law. He probably wouldn't be one. And the fact that it's Black History Month, I tell you right now what the real reason is.
Oh my
because
God.
I had that dude. I can care less if you follow me or not. But I can tell you why it's Black History Month. It's February. I can tell you why they don't like that for real. Because I'm trying to tell you, you just put up comparison to the others. I can tell you the real reason why I refuse to go there tonight.
Don't go there, man.
I can tell you why it's Black History Month right now. Somebody will catch on a little bit.
What?
It got something to do with that star that's out of his head. But I tell you like this. If it was, you know where I'm going.
But don't do that, man. Come on, bro. I feel you, though.
I'm just saying. It's just an uncommon truth, bro. I'm just saying. Look, go Cowboys. I'm tired of hearing about the same thing over and over. But let's see what this Schottenheimer guy can do. I'm excited about that. Just want to see something different. See if this West Coast offense is going to work. And see if we can actually get over the hump this time. But we definitely need another receiver. Let's go get D-Hop. I really want D-Hop.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. That's my guy, man. That's Scott, y'all. That's Scott. Yeah, that's my guy, man. You know, because once we take it there, we ain't gonna never get out of there, man. We ain't gonna never get out of there, man. Y'all know how this thing goes. You know, we got two brothers in the Super Bowl, and made a one with the red team win. You know what I mean? But I feel y'all, man. But I get it, man, of what Scott is saying. And I don't want to cloud anybody's judgment. Man, we are hated regardless, man. We got that silver and blue on with the star on the side of our helmet. They hate the Dallas Cowboys. And I can bring up facts upon facts upon facts upon facts upon facts. And they hate the Dallas Cowboys. Just turn on the 4-ladder, 3-ladder network. They're going to talk about us. They're going to talk about us. You know what I'm saying? Starback first Super Bowl team, 3 Hall of Famer wide receivers, Alworth, Hayes, and Dicker. Shout out to that guy right there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Kirk Cousins is horrible. Yeah, we can go back and forth talking about Kirk Cousins. But I got some people that's been here waiting. Darius! Is this Darius Slay, man? Talk to me, man.
Lord, thank God, bro. We have been saved from the Kellen Moore curse. Praise God. Man, Law, I wanted to call in the first time you had announced that Kellen Moore has been fired. Thank Jesus.
Yeah.
1 down, 1 more to go. Mike McCarthy, yeah, buddy.
Well, who you going to get out the mic, man? Dan Quinn. They're going to elevate Dan Quinn to head coach. And then who going to be our offensive coordinator? Well, I guess Schottenheimer.
I don't know. I was really hoping for Sean Payton, but that's
gone, man.
That's a no-go. But I'm just glad. Listen, I don't believe in Mike McCarthy. I'm gonna go ahead and say it to you right now. I know that that's your guy, and I almost want. I damn near want to.
No. You see how crazy I was? I wanted Urban Meyer, so you know how crazy I was. See how bad I was?
I did too.
You remember me?
I did
too. See, I admit
yeah.
my faults. Nobody else would admit it. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, I wanted Urban Meyer. I was thinking about what he did in college land.
We both would have been messed up. Man.
Yeah, we've been messed up, dog.
Because that's who I wanted too. No cap. I definitely.
Hey man, dog. You know he'd have got caught up in the colony somewhere. And he would have been all up in on somebody's daughter. He'd been all up on somebody's daughter, man. We would have done it all the time. No. You know what? Low key, Urban Meyer, if he was the head coach here, maybe him and Jerry would have got caught up at the same. Hey, we'd have had a new owner, man, by now. Breaking news.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones is forced to sell the team because he's got caught with Urban Meyer and somebody's daughter.
The snowflakes. It's snowing in Dallas.
Oh my gosh! Man, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Like, I almost want to put a wager on it. Like, I almost want to bet you a steak dinner that Mike McCarthy is going to show himself. I almost want to do that, but I don't know. I don't know yet. I think about that, during the season, because I know you out here in Dallas. I almost want to bet you on that, but I just don't believe in him, man. Like I just can't. I can't get jiggy with the Mike McCarthy. I don't understand it. But overall, man, I'm not finna get my hopes too crazy because they do this to us every year, bro. They do this to us every year. Oh, this guy available. D-Hop is available. This guy is available. This guy is available. We love Noah Brown. We love Jake Ferguson. You're not finna sell me on this on the foolishness about all these free agents and all. I can't get jiggy with it, man. Only thing I hope is that we make do with what we got, and Mike McCarthy is who he say he is, or who you believe that he is.
Well, here's my thoughts on this, Darius. I truly believe that Mike McCarthy is a better option than Jason Garrett. And these last 2 years prove that. It's been many a moon since we had back-to-back winning seasons. And on top of that, of course, we got a playoff win that we didn't supposed to win, according to most pundits. We won a playoff game, something that we didn't win in 30 years, and somebody we didn't beat in the last 7 tries. So that's an area of improvement. I know we want to be playing next week, but unfortunately we're going to have to watch. And 2 things we can learn from here. If the Eagles win, we can learn to say, hey, all right, hey, they gambled, they risked everything, and they ultimately lifted up their Lombardi trophy. They put weapons around their quarterback, who is pretty much, his comp was Dak, right? Literally, his comp is Dak Prescott, literally. And they put weapons around him, and they took weapons from us, right? So we can literally have that argument, and I don't even see one single touchdown thrown by their quarterback, and it's not even mentioned, right? Because he's in the Super Bowl. And I see people put down that, hey, he's elite, and he haven't thrown a single touchdown in the postseason.
He's in the right system.
In the right system.
The whole thing. He's in the right system. That's the whole thing. You put the system quarterback. You put a proper scheme in the system around a proper quarterback. That's a potential that your quarterback has. Is that you can get him to a Super Bowl if you put him in a proper scheme in a proper system. Is Mike McCarthy going to do that with Dak Prescott? I want to hear from you right now, Lau. Is Mike McCarthy going to do that with Dak Prescott? Do you believe that? And can we make a Super Bowl with Mike McCarthy as our head coach? Those are my 2 questions to you, Lau.
Hey. You know what I'm gonna say, right?
I don't know.
Time will tell it all. Right, you know, I'm not finna reverse jinx myself and say we going to the Super Bowl now. But I'm telling you, they put in the work, and if they do the right and proper moves, but if they do the same thing that we did last year, and sell us again on somebody named James Washington. And now this year will be Jalen Tolbert. Then I'll say, man, the Cowboys ain't about that life, because I truly believe if the Cowboys roll into the 2023 season and say, you know what, we're going to run that back again with CeeDee Lamb. Hey, we're going to pray to God, Allah Yahweh, that Michael Gallup, his leg and everything going to be okay, because we got some anointing oil and water and all of that. And then we're going to have another year with Jalen Tolbert. He should be able to pick up the pieces. I'm going to be like, man, these boys ain't about winning. They're about selling tickets. But that's just how it goes. But we'll find out. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just like you. I'm waiting. They better make some moves. Yeah. But I appreciate you, dog.
Much love, man.
Darius, y'all, appreciate you. Put your hands together for Darius, you know. So it is what it is, baby. I got 205, Cam. Oh, Cam. Talk to me, Cam.
What up, Lau? I'm glad you went live. I'm sitting here smoking a blunt before I go to sleep.
Yeah.
Hey,
smoke weed every day.
You already know. Shout out to Nate, dog.
Yeah. May he rest in peace. Yeah.
And I want to do this because I'm a music head. Shout out to Lil Wayne, Dr. Dre, and Missy Elliott last night on the Black Music Collective Award. My boy Wayne, one of my favorite rappers, he got a global impact award, so I want to shout out to him and shout out to Dre and Missy Elliott for what they also have done for the game.
Right.
Individuals are icons. But Law, I said earlier this season, I'm not looking for an elite quarterback. I'm looking for an elite team. I said that early in the season.
Yeah.
You gave me a dog bark. You gave me the fire. You gave me all that because you understood what it means to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, they talk about the quarterback.
Yeah.
But why is everybody looking for an elite quarterback? It's a team game. A team game.
Yeah.
If that's the case, don't have no linemen, don't have no defense. Just let the quarterback play against 20 some other people.
Yeah.
And tell me who gonna win. Just have the quarterback out there by himself. Have
he
the ball.
He gonna be dead,
throwing the ball
dog.
to himself. Have them. This man will die on this field.
The quarterback died. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
We always want to sit up here. We always want to sit up here and talk about, that elite, that ain't this. The hell with that shit.
Yeah.
Where's the elite team at?
Yeah.
Where's the team? We forget about the team.
Yeah.
We don't never. We always want to the hell with that.
Yeah.
He one person. The hell with CeeDee Lamb. The hell with Michael Parsons. The hell with everybody who contribute. Get you an elite team.
Yeah.
These teams that go to the Super Bowl and win, some of them might win by cheating. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick.
He ain't cheating yet.
But hell, they ain't cheat. But they ain't cheat on that. They ain't cheating every one of them.
Yeah.
So they had an elite team somewhere. What a team ball is. It ain't team ball no more. Just like in basketball. It ain't the LA Lakers. It's just LeBron. It ain't the Brooklyn Nets. It's KD.
Hey, what my guy Kyrie going to, man? What Kyrie going to, man? You know.
Hey, me, you and Twin gonna have to get up on that, dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to become a super. I'm gonna try to become a super fan so I can hit you. So I can inbox you on club on halftime to talk about it.
No doubt, Cam. But one more point, man, because I gotta let these other callers in here, man, before I get up out of here.
But all I'm saying is the hell with just talking about certain players. Let's talk about our team.
Right.
There's more guys out there who also did not go to the Super Bowl and they on the Dallas Cowboys team.
Right.
So let's talk about building up our team and just instead of talking about goddamn players, man. I'm just talking about a couple players, man. It's a team game, man.
No doubt, man, Cam. I appreciate you, Cam. I appreciate you, man. Go finish the rest of that, man. You know what I mean?
Smoke weed.
You already know, man. How about them Cowboys?
How about him, man? That's my guy, Cam. Oh, Cam. All right, man. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got the 301. You're live, man. Talk to me.
Hey, Lord, I keep it real with you, man.
Keep it real with me, man. Keep it real.
They got Zeke Elliott running the ball out of shotgun. You have to have speed to run out of shotgun. It doesn't fit his style of run. And we got Dak got a number 2 offense 2 years in a row, but he's not elite. Then you got Mike McCarthy on the hot seat. He won 12 games 2 years in a row. He's not 8-8 Gary.
Nah.
And then you got Jerry Jones. He fired Jimmy Johnson after he won 2 Super Bowls in a row. He didn't want to pay Emmitt Smith after they won a Super Bowl. They came back, didn't want to pay Emmitt. So we lost the first 2 games of the year. Then he didn't want to draft Randy Moss. Man, the guy's a used car salesman. He got us all believing that he wants to win, but he doesn't do the things to win. When he got rid of Dez Bryant, we didn't have any wide receivers out there. Even though Dez wasn't the greatest, but he was the best thing we had on the team.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. It gets frustrating.
I know it's frustrating because we're fighting against 2 teams, man. Whoever we play on the Sunday or Monday night or Thursday night, and then we fighting against front office because these guys, they want the accolades and, the credence and kudos that they are football guys, right? And then, there will be a third of the people that say, yeah, they are football guys. Look at their long list of what they did for the organization and franchise. I think that 2 things can be true. I think that also with the Cowboys front office is one of our biggest impediments, man. All you guys got to do is just listen to what my guy Boss Cowboys Sports said about arranged marriages, and then we can look at the history of the contracts. I think that even Stephen the son, Stephen Jones, he is a guy that got a degree in chemical engineering, right? And then you got, Jerry Jones, an oil salesman guy who's really good, but they are the guys that's managing and handling the books, right? The do-it-yourself projects. And granted, when you try to do all of those things, we see flaws, right? We see other teams that hire people that know how to handle these type of things. And I'm not saying that I'm more wise and smart than those guys are. But what I'm saying is that, just because Tyrone or Auntie Shirley can do taxes doesn't mean that I'm gonna let them do taxes. You know what I mean? If that ain't they ain't what they do for a living, right? They just say they just know how to do it well. And that's what we see collectively from this team. We see a team that say, hey, we know how to do things well, but there's no degree of fire up upon the ASS if they fail, right? So that's just how it goes. But we as Cowboy fans, we're going to always support and root for this team. But the reality of it is that they got Auntie Shirley and Uncle Tyrone doing your taxes, basically.
But the only, I got a high school diploma, a little bit of college.
Right.
But they had Michael Irvin. When we lost Alvin Harper, they had Michael Irvin get double teamed every year.
Right.
And then you don't pick up Randy Moss. Come on, man.
Oh yeah. They got a lot of flack, man. I don't look to a degree. I don't blame them a little bit for that move because they look. Michael Irvin stabbed a dude in the neck, man, with a pair of scissors, man. I mean, how much blood you got to get out of that, man, from the streets and the court systems and stuff to make that go away. And then, Nate Newton got caught with over 250 pounds of that,
Yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
So what kind of favors you got to do around here in Dallas to make that go away? And you know what I'm saying? So I get all of that, man. But, the rooster come home to roost, and that's just what we see, man, about all of this. Right. And I get it, no shade at those boys. No shade at them.
If we can pick up somebody.
Allegedly. Hold on. Let me clear it up. Somebody, burner account says, hold on, you got to put allegedly, you know what I mean? All alleged stuff, Law ain't said that they did it. Allegedly. Woo. Don't get me, Facebook.
They'll pick up somebody that's done something that they can get real cheap, and they'll look over that.
Yeah.
You got somebody in their prime, number one, and you don't pick him up. And how can you let Amari Cooper go? Hey,
man, that's a story. Look. They said they utilized that money. See, this is where I caught Jerry at a lie at. You know what I'm saying? They said they utilized the money elsewhere. Allegedly, he ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? But Amari Cooper said he was willing to renegotiate his money. and he already at one point took a pay cut to be here. Let that sink in. I appreciate you for calling in, fam. What's your name?
Ray.
Ray, appreciate you, Ray. Thank you for calling in, man. Good call from him. All right, we got the last three of them. 304, you live.
Yo, what's good, Law?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Hey, I'm hearing a bunch of different stuff, man. And I first of all, Dak does not need D. Hopkins. He needs a route runner.
Okay.
D. Hopkins is not a route runner. He needs another Amari Cooper with a little bit more dog in him.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever that is out there, that's what he needs. He's going to hit the open receiver. He's going to go through his progressions, but he has to have somebody who can get open at all times.
Mm-hmm.
First. Second, we have been copying the Seahawks for the past 5 years or so or more. Because we started with Chris Richard, and we were trying to emulate what they had over there.
On defense, yeah.
On defense.
Yeah.
But they've always looked at them and tried. Now, if you see what's going on, you got the defensive coordinator from the Seahawks and Dan Quinn, and the offensive coordinator from the Seahawks. You got the O-line coordinator from the Seahawks. So we're not really we're building his friends, but it's all Jerry Jones' plan to emulate exactly what the Seahawks did at one point in time.
Well, let me throw this in there. Before that time frame, and when Romo was here, we tried to emulate the Patriots.
Yeah, but that was Jason Garrett. And
Yeah.
I saw that too. That was
we tried to do it, but it was like, jeez.
It wasn't it.
Yeah, it wasn't it.
Because they figured out, all right, it is not just a formula. It is a coach. Mm-hmm. It is a way of living. It's a lifestyle. It's a team.
Right.
Full team. No individuals. It's not where nobody's bigger than the team and nobody's bigger than the program.
Mm-hmm.
But in Dallas, you make a couple plays, you can be the next great thing. They talking about you on all the 4-letter networks.
They are, yeah. That's the problem too. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean we haven't done anything, but we getting praised like we've already won 4 or 5 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But for us, I really believe I believe in Mike McCarthy. I think what he has and what he's trying to build is going to work. Getting the ball out of Dak's hands quick and fast, getting Pollard the ball, getting him in space, that's going to be helpful. We're going to run a lot of screens, which I want to see. I think our players can do it. The screen game was never in our repertoire.
Yeah. Let me ask you this though. 2 things that I can look at. You bring up some good points. And I know about the direction of Dak Prescott. Now, I know that they kind of get fillers before they do things. They do it through the media by them saying that, hey, we are willing to extend Dak Prescott. That was a tester, right? So if the Cowboys do decide to extend Dak Prescott, they believe in him. They mean that they're going to extend him. They're going to have unbelievable cap space to go get anybody they want, because if you extend him, you can make his cap hit like $5 to $10 million, right? And then you have all of this money left. And if they ride it out for this year, right? Let's say that if they don't extend Dak Prescott and they go with the fact that, hey, we can't get nobody because of the cap hit from Dak. I think it's right at 40. I think it's like, yeah, you guys can help me out. It's about what, $25 to $40 million against the cap, and they say, okay, we're just going to roll with what we got. Then I know for sure that they are planning on just pretty much organically, and I know y'all don't like this word, organically tanking, right? And saying, okay, damn if you do, Dak, damn if you don't. But the next season, all of his money is not guaranteed, right? So then you can move on from said quarterback. What are your thoughts? Who do you think the Cowboys would do? Will they extend Dak Prescott, put more and more weapons around him, or will they just say, okay, we rip the Band-Aid off now, let him go through whatever they go through for this season, and whatever comes about, then we'll roll with what we got, and then we can just release him, and none of the guaranteed money is guaranteed next season. What's your thoughts? Will it be A or B?
I think it would be. I think that they believe in Dak, like you said, but I think they've had their share of it. And it also is another factor. It's also the black quarterback factor as well, especially in Dallas. Like this is unprecedented times outside of Quincy Carter and right, anybody that's actually been any good, it's only been Dak Prescott. So his leash is short, and for him not to be close to Jerry, his choice it pisses Jerry off a lot. So that right there in itself is the reason why Jerry doesn't isn't very big on Dak Prescott.
Right. I got some intel on that, and I'll explain maybe on another day about what you just said. It seems. Where you from? Where you from, fam?
I'm from West Virginia.
West Virginia. Okay. Cool. But yeah, we can dive on that on another date. But I appreciate you for calling in. And you got any other point before I let you roll?
No, I think that's about it. I think Schottenheimer's gonna make it work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to be optimistic. We in this thing, you know. If we
if we don't go out there and do no dances in the free agency, then it's going to be crazy, you know. So
we're not doing that in the free agency. It's bargain basement, baby. You know how it goes.
Okay, clearance racks. You know what I'm saying? TJ's, baby. Appreciate you for calling in, man.
Not even TJ's. It's me in Burlington right now.
Hey, man. You know, I appreciate you, dog. Yes, indeed. Look. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. Burlington got some good stuff that you can put on the wall, though. I don't know about the clothes, but they got some good arts and stuff like that. Some trees, like those fake trees you put it throughout your house. I got some good stuff from Burlington, man. Shout out to Burlington. Burlington pretty dope. I don't know about the clothes though, but Burlington pretty dope though. That would at least cut that in half. I'm going to read some of the supers, man, before we go too far up. I appreciate y'all so much for y'all support. We got Eastside Harold. Why did Jerry not hire a black offensive coordinator? I don't know, man. They like to hire from within, man. They solidified the Rooney Rule by bringing in Brown and some other guy, Jeff Nixon, I believe. And I think Jeff probably circle back and be our running game coach or what have you, but we'll find that out. Lady Jessica says Dak RQB, put some respect on his name. Kellen Moore is gone. Yeah, I feel you on that, lady. Who else we got from the super chat? Appreciate y'all so much. Dwayne Brown says Eastside Harold, the Jones would never hire a black person in charge of anything. They call him the head Negro in charge, huh? Yeah. Man, y'all leave him alone, man. Y'all leave him alone. My thing is with it, let's see. Eastside Harold, Jalen Hurts is from Houston, FYI. Appreciate you. Thank you for your information. I think I seen that before. Shout out to him, man. But it is what it is. We got another. That's all of it right there. Appreciate y'all. St. Clair says the only reason I would extend Dak Prescott is to spread out the money to lessen the salary cap hit. I would draft a QB this year or the next year. Yeah, I would draft the QB every year, depending on where you do your scouting evaluation from, and leave no stone unturned. And I know some of the things that we say are hard truths. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this stuff, but that's just how it goes, right? If you extend Dak Prescott, that will help out the team's salary cap. But if you let him play without extending him, this is a hard cap league, and you can do some extensions of other people around it. I think that they came to the agreement with the contract to initially to extend him. That's why he had the voidable years on the back end of his contract, meaning that the voidable years is where the guaranteed money is not there, but you can spread it out and spill some of the money, put some of the money up front, or give him some of the money, guaranteed money up front, and then you can spread it out. But if you don't believe in said product, then of course you would eat the money and let him play and not extend the guy. So that's why the Cowboys originally wanted to sign a 6 or 8 year deal with Dak Prescott up front, so that they can have it all up front as far as his cap space and hits of these sorts of things. It'd be natural restructures. But the Cowboys decided to do the latter. And that's just how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. A quarterback coming off back-to-back 12 years. Is it right to get rid of that guy? I can't call that. That's not my alleyway. You know, Alpha Red says we need defensive tackles. All great Cowboys teams had a great defensive tackle. Why isn't this mentioned? I think the Cowboys were going to draft a defensive tackle this year. I think they were this past season. I think that they said that they were high on Jordan Davis, and he was going off the board before it got a chance for that. And there's no doubt in my mind the Cowboys need an offensive line. One can argue that even in this draft, we need an offensive line. We do. We need offensive line help. So the Cowboys may draft another offensive lineman this year with the first pick in the 26th pick or what have you, first round. So will I be mad at it? No. I think that you win games down in the trenches, and I think that will be a good route for the Dallas Cowboys to do if they do decide. But if y'all want outside skill players, let me know. But I think that the Cowboys may go with an offensive line trench guy. And we got the 757. You live.
What's going on, man?
Nothing to it, man. No, doing great, man. I can't complain.
Cool. It's the first time me calling onto the show, man. So
appreciate
you spitting all the facts in the fire and whatnot. My name is Patrick, by the way.
Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes.
Nah. I'll be playing in the Super Bowl next week.
Let me help your ankle out, man. Heal it up. Heal up that other leg, man.
I need some tape or something, you know what I'm saying? Let me go win the Super Bowl real quick.
Spat that up real good, man.
Yeah. Oh, man. Shoot. Well, first and foremost, Dallas fans need to be celebrating that Kellen Moore is gone.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is the thing that sticks into my mind is that 2nd and 2 play where they had a spread offense out and Dak threw that interception. And I'm saying to myself, why in the world are you not running the ball in that situation? Now, keep in mind, this is not the only time that this thing has showed up. It showed up in Green Bay, several occasions when they had the 3rd and short situations where I'm like, run the ball. What they do, spread the ball wide open, pass. The Jacksonville game was another site, and now it reared its ugly head in the playoffs. And even when we had Cooper Rush managing the quarterback position, there were times where I'm like, okay, it's 3rd and 3. Let's run the ball. What Kellen Moore want to do, spread everybody wide open, and then call a pass play. Nothing worked. Defenses are just sitting there waiting for the ball to get an interception so they can get their team down the field and score. And I just saw this thing happen over and over again, and it reared its ugly head. Having said all of that, I think that the season overall was a success from the standpoint of all the obstacles, the injuries that you had to overcome. You had the people from 4-Letter Network saying that we were going to get bounced in the first round by Tom Brady.
Right.
Had Stephen A. on TV with the Tom Brady jersey on, waiting for the downfall.
Yeah.
He looked like an idiot.
Yeah, they forget all of that. They're like, we ain't supposed to win that one, according to them.
Yeah, we're not supposed to win.
won,
We're supposed to win the regular season games, and then we're supposed to fall right in the first round. I'm like, we don't fall in the wild card round. It's the divisional rounds that get us. And I put in a comment earlier when I saw you was live. I said, let's remember the fact that they stole a catch from Dez Bryant, which is reason
that was you.
Go in 2014.
Okay,
yeah. I mean, that was horrible, man.
Valid point right there. Here's the thing, though. The Dallas Cowboys will always be measured differently from any other team. Look, earlier you was here when I was talking about the fact that Sam Williams, his arrest report was over every news. I thought that he had another car wreck or something, and it was on the ticker.
Right.
We don't even know what happened with the Eagles guy now. You know what I'm saying? Joe Mixon. That's old news now. They moved on. But, I don't even think the 4-Letter or the 3-Letter Network had multiple episodes about that. But let it be. Let it be a Cowboy player. You know, let it be one of our third strings or fourth string guys. They'll be talking about it until the sun goes up and down multiple times, man, and the second sun reveals itself. So it's just how it goes, man.
Well, I got one for you better. Let's talk about these overrated Minnesota Vikings that were the third seed in the freaking NFC that we manhandled this year.
Right.
And they were supposed to beat the New York Giants, and they fell flat on their face.
Right.
And I ain't heard a word about it. And they had a better record than we did.
Yeah.
Chases the number 1 seed. Ain't hear a peep.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins throws a pass to a tight end on a 4th and long play. Like you had other people wide open, you throw it to the tight end, and you basically gave the Giants the game. But you ain't hear none of that.
Right.
Dak Prescott can't even, you know what I'm saying? As soon as Dak Prescott can't even, get to his receivers, the offense is running slow, and he has a bad game against San Fran, the whole world wants to go down on him. But people don't understand that injury to Tony Pollard changed the entire offense. Because if you remember watching the game earlier, Pollard was moving that daggone ball down to the goal line. Had he not got hurt, he probably would have had a touchdown and probably would have been a key factor probably of winning that daggone game, because the running game, you needed that against San Fran, because look what the Eagles did to their defense. I mean, granted, they lost their quarterback, which was unfortunate, but they ran it down their throats in the championship game, and all I could do was just shake my head like, see, Kellen Moore had just committed.
To your point there, you're making some good valid points there. And I'm going to pull up a clip from the Eagles. From their mouth to y'all ears is going to be, is that they said that they watched that game. And the Cowboys been a second half team anyhow. And they said that they utilized what the Cowboys did for them to win, right? And and that's just how it goes, man. Sometimes injuries come about, and I think people will not contextualize this enough. I think that when you, and this is why I hate, and I'm using this word very strongly, I want you guys to understand this. I absolutely hate when you are in the postseason and you are called to do an interview, right? And you are called to go to another team, or you have the mindset that maybe I have opportunity elsewhere, meaning that you don't fully do everything it takes to win a game when you are being stretched out and called upon to do other things. And I truly believe that there were no game plan at all when Tony Pollard went down. Why? Because the focus and the concentration was, hey, we're going to have Tony Pollard here anyhow, and we're going to run Tony Pollard, right? But by him getting injured, there was no recourse. There was nothing that Kellen Moore could pull from but his old, hey, Dak, can you bail me out in this particular game plan? We ran verticals. We ran nothing but stop routes, option routes. We didn't really attack the Niners from a scheme perspective. That's why you didn't see Malik Davis run a single run. You know what I'm saying? But people from the outside looking in, or people who don't understand this, they would say, well, the Cowboys just lost bad. We didn't put up no scheme. Zero, zilch.
Exactly.
But the offensive coordinator and whoever, they were thinking, look, man, I got to prepare myself to get ready for these interviews. And, they went all in. That's why I hate.
And my thing about it is, go back and look at the Tennessee Titan game when Tony Pollard was hurt.
Yeah.
And look at how we looked then.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Tennessee didn't look great. They didn't have a starting quarterback, but they still had their defense. If there was any time that you're trying to game plan when you don't have one of your best players, I'm looking at that game like that's the game where you have to figure out, okay, we don't have our explosive runner.
Right.
How do I get my running game going so that we're not being a one-dimensional team?
Right.
And that's what we become. When we don't have a running game, we're a one-dimensional team. We were like that when Tony Romo was in here, and we're like that when Dak Prescott has been here. We become one-dimensional, and we never win when we're one-dimensional.
No doubt,
So,
man.
I mean,
I appreciate you so much, man. What's your name, fam? Again?
No problem. My name's Patrick.
Oh, Patrick. Okay, I know I asked you for your name earlier. Then put Pat in here, man. Not Mahomes.
Yep. Yeah, not Mahomes.
Not Patrick, not Mahomes.
I need that Mahomes money too.
Yeah, $250 million, half of $1 billion. Yeah, indeed, dog. Appreciate you, man.
No problem, man. Thank you.
No doubt, man. B Bird against the Niners. No other wide receiver besides CD caught a pass after the first quarter. There's 3 quarters. If we got D-Hop, that wouldn't have happened. I agree to that degree there. I think that D-Hop is a good route runner. I didn't want to push on that, but D-Hop is known for his high point catch radius, and he does crazy things, yards after catch too. But, you know, I get what people would say about certain things and a few things there, Cowboy Nation, and it's just how it goes, man. Let me see if I can find this clip right quick. Y'all bear with me. All right, let me see if I go right here. Go right here.
The quarterback be a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6 plus around that range, and make him be a drop back quarterback. So
let me go. We're going to start this over. This is Darius Slay. He said that the Cowboys gave the Eagles the blueprint on how to beat the 49ers. Here we go.
The quarterback be a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6 plus around that range, and make him be a drop back quarterback. So we understood that. So our game plan was like, hey, let's get them in a 3rd and long situation so our pass rush can go eat. What separated us from a lot of stuff, we watched the Cowboys game. The Cowboys game really set the tone to how to play this team. The Cowboys did a great job at stopping the run and making the quarterback be a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6 plus around that range, and make him be a drop back quarterback. So we understood that. So our game plan was like, hey, let's get them in a 3rd and long situation so our pass rush can go eat. What separated?
So that was Darius Slay, y'all. So we softened. You know, it's crazy. The Eagles to the Super Bowl by way of the Cowboys. And I'm not trying to discredit none of the things that the Eagles done. It's just good information. It's good ways to what? Scheme. It's a good way to scheme. And what we don't get a chance in the Cowboys world, even though that's on the defensive side of the coin, we don't get a chance to see or hear our people say legitimately that, hey, we schemed against this team. This is what we did. We made that team play left-handed. We were able to do those things. No, we didn't get that. We didn't get that opportunity. So hopefully, man, for the year of 2023, we can see some things being schemed better, man. But, yeah, Darius Slay giving props to the Cowboys. Yes, Williams, that's just how it goes, man. And shout out to you, man. Is this Eagle Nation now? This is from I Am Awake. Are you? Oh my gosh, man! Hey, I'm just calling out a spade, man. Don't shank me with the butter knife, Cowboy Nation. Please don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. All right, I got the 901. You're live.
Law Nation, what's going on?
Nothing to it, man. Shout out to you. Talk to me.
Shout out to you, bro. Hey, I promise you, every time I tell you that you are to go to social media, I am not saying this as a catchphrase.
I appreciate it, bro.
All right. Yeah, I just want to let you know I've been praying for you and your family all this past week and things.
I appreciate
it. You're welcome. I just want you to know, hey, when it comes to what we got going forward in the future, as long as we have an outstanding person who can sit up there and get in Dak Prescott's head and just let him understand what he's seeing out there in the field, as well as like your past caller just got through discussing. You know,
you all right?
I'm sorry.
Dog, you all right, dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we We'll circle back, man. Just give me a thumbs up in the chat, man, when you good, bro. I hope all is well. Let me make sure you clear throat. You good for the 901? You live? You good? Man, my dog. Appreciate you so much, man. Call back tomorrow. Hit me up tomorrow, bro. Let me jot your number down, and when we open up the lines, let me get something right. I got a tablet right here. I can put the number in, and I'll make sure I remember your number, dog. And hope all is well. I appreciate your love and adulations and all of that, man, for the nation. I got your number saved into this thing right here, but I appreciate you, bro. Real talk. Yeah, I copy and pasted. Yeah, put it in one of my Word docs.
Goodbye.
So hope all is well with Smooth. That happens sometimes, man. They get the worst, man. You get to talking and then stuff going all in your nose and mouth ways, and then things happen that way. It happened to me before. I got a little mute. See me, I'll be hitting that mute button over here. But Cowboy Nation, I get all what you guys are saying. I got this one little drop that I wanted to play, and I got to put some music over it so that the Full Letter Network won't get mad at me using the audio. Hold on for me. Let me play. What's fire music that I got? I got this one right here. Y'all bear with me. Normally I'd play this one right here. All right. Appreciate y'all for this marathon show that organically happened. I thought I was going to go live for 30 minutes, but I had a good time, y'all, for my birthday. Ate at some good eateries and things like that. But let's listen to these boys right here.
We get to this next book with Mike McCartney. It's kind of interesting because Mike was on the staff with me in Kansas City my first time when he was the GA, right? And he came from Pitt with Hackett. I think this. He should call the plays. He can get a guy to manage the game. He can get a guy to manage the game. Absolutely. Win the punt, win the game. He can do. We got him on the hot seat. Everybody in America has a coach that's won 24 games on the hot seat. So with that being said, he's got a defensive coordinator that's sitting there, and everybody's saying, well, if Mike slips up, he'll be the head coach. The defensive coordinator is going to coordinate the defense. He's like a head coach. He ain't got to worry about the defense. He's got a good special teams coach. Go coach the quarterback. Coach the quarterback. Get Dak Prescott to understand the importance of protecting the football and run the offense. Go ahead and run the offense. Why wouldn't you do that? Because I'm going to tell you something, guys, and we know this. And Stephen A., you know this, because you keep them on your show all the time, them dadgum Cowboys. Well, I'll tell you this. If they don't get to the championship game next year, yes, guess what? Mike's going to be gone. Well, you think he doesn't know that? He knows that. Hold on. I'm going to go down the way I want to go. And I'm going to follow the offense. And I'm going to coach the quarterback. Go get him, Herm.
Now, that was a message from Coach Herm Edwards, and he said that Mike McCarthy was a GA, graduate assistant, I guess, when he was first coaching at the Kansas City Chiefs the first time. So I take heed to what he said because he got some, background information on that. So, we put our prayers together for the call. Appreciate you, Lady Jessica, for saying happy birthday. It was great. I thank all of y'all for all that you guys do for the nation. And I think that Herm Edwards was saying that basically if Mike McCarthy called the plays, get somebody to design it, right? But work out with calling the plays and put things in right information. One thing that I can take away from Mike McCarthy, he did say after week 1, he told Kellen Moore, we got to be smarter, right? So that's a shot at, hey, intellect, right? We got to play branded football, and that was open. He could have slammed the door and brought Kellen Moore in the room one-on-one to go over that, right? But he said it openly, right? So that is letting people know, hey, I got something against this dude. We got to be smarter. Now, granted, we've seen some hiccups with this team before with clock management and things like that. So we'll see how all of this will work its way out down the line. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Hope all is well with my guy from the 901. I thank y'all, man. Let's get this going the best way possible. Let's go, Cowboy Nation.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight. Everything will be all right on any given Sunday. Yeah.
Let's go.
Depend on you if you win or lose. You know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all, man. Hey, one way or another, hey, even if you guys disagree with what I said tonight, man, at the end of the day, this is a game. It's a sports game. And not everyone will look at this and say, all right, cool. Let's put our life on the line for this stuff, right? But the players are. They are. Regardless of people say it's scripted. No. Maybe one or two people may have their hand on some of the things, subjectively speaking. But overall, this is a game. And with tangible evidence, we can clearly see that this quarterback in his first 7 years, regardless of how you cut around it, his numbers are up there. And don't tell me, hey, man, it's a different era. If I run a 4.440, which I actually did, and one of y'all that's in the chat, if y'all run a 4.440, y'all ain't gonna yell out, hey, man, it's a different era, man. Nah, 4.4 is a 4.4. You know, that is how it goes. Now, I asked and I raised this question. When did the new era start? So that I can start referencing and putting points together for that time frame. Let me know. As you guys screenshot this, right? And when you're in your local barbershops or you in the local areas debating someone, use this as tangible facts. But there will always be someone that say, hey, Law, what about the eye test? But what about it? Because the eye test also tell me, ladies and gentlemen, that Reggie Wayne is better than Noah Brown, Michael Gallup, and a 33-year-old T.Y. Hilton. Marvin Harrison, one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. That's the option that Peyton Manning had. And by him being the better quarterback, he had better weapons. He had a better tight end. He had one of the best offensive lines in the National Football League. They got gold jackets too. He had a Hall of Fame running back, two of them. Marshall Faulk, Hall of Fame. Adrian James, Hall of Fame. So those are things that we can all look back and say, yeah, you're right. He was better with better weapons. Can you close your eyes and imagine if we had a Marvin Harrison here, and if we had a Reggie Wayne and things here, a Dallas Clark here? My goodness, how would this season look, Jerry Jones? I tell people all the time, if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you all hold all the things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, Dak Prescott, go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and scargacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold poverty or famish or fame or sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besiege and beset it with the help of Almighty, you will get it. You see, the narrative will be the way that the massive want you to be. It's just how it is. And the answers to the test will be the answers they want you to have. Oh yes, Christopher Columbus discovered America. They want you to believe that. People already here said, hey, come on into our beautiful land. Right? We got resources over here. And then he will leave. And now the world will say that that man discovered this United States or Americas, you know? And there will be a multitude of people who will say, no, that's not the right answer. We were here first. And those people will get the answer wrong. You see, the truth is not always what the narratives say. Where did I lie at? See, nobody want that. That's the uncomfortable part of this. And I come here to tell y'all that I'm going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not. And the truth shall set you free. Appreciate y'all, man. Let's run it up, baby. Let's go. Come on. Zeke, run it in there, baby.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to
get a parcel.
Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately I just wanna run it up.
Trey Fargo says Dak Manning. Link, appreciate you. If you tell a lie long enough, people will begin to believe it and make it their truth. Yup. In honor of Black History, Babe Ruth was a brother. But people believe Babe Ruth wasn't a brother. Why? Because people get in front of the lies. Somebody said that the real McCoy, look it up, was a brother. That's why they say I want the real McCoy. But people will say, nah, he didn't invent the lubrication for the engine. Or the engine, dare I say. Get it, Parson. Look at my guy, Cooper Rush. Run it.
Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah, I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clothes.
Get it.
Yeah, I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah, I've been really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up.
Get it. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Gobble, gobble time for your mind. DC for life, not for short. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank all of y'all for tuning in. And be sure to hit that like button. Tell a friend or a neighbor where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Let's mellow on out. Joe B, appreciate you. Sean Day, thank you. Herbert, thank you. Appreciate you for the prayers. Jessica, lady, thank you. Parsons, thank you. Kimberly Morris, run it up, baby. Christopher, Michael, thank you. James Strickland, appreciate you. Trail, let's go. Appreciate you for the support. Lady Jessica. Frank, thank you. Said law spitting facts. Shout out to you, Lisa. Sexy. Bands 5, appreciate you. Shout out to Turtle Island. If you know who and where and when Turtle Island became, let me know in the chat. Shout out to all. One love, baby. Herbie, appreciate you. Shout out to my guy, Dane Calloway. Sean D, let's go. So over it. Appreciate you. Dez caught it 88. Appreciate you. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. We went out to Perry's downtown and they rolled out a good spread for us. It was great, wonderful, and lovely. Celebrated all this week. Shout out to David Jenkins. I follow. Burner Accounts. Nicholas Sariani as the offensive coordinator. I don't think he'll ever take an offensive coordinator job now. Let's go.
So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly,
We're gonna have a good business, but
then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.